Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another gas mask review. Um, Today I have the Israeli gas mask, um, and I'm going to be upfront with you. I don't really know too much about these masks. I'm more a fanboy of like the Eastern Bloc masks. Some Americans, like the N40, which I would like to have someday, but they're just really expensive. Um, I will be providing a link down below to a random eBay seller that sells these. Um, Now, the Israeli, for a short history lesson, the Israeli gas mask was made, I believe, starting from the 80s on to like the early 2000s. Not sure if they still make them, though. I don't know. Um, but the point of making these masks was to provide these for civilians. So what they would do is that they would issue the mask in your size. This is a size one. This does not fit me, as he assumed you're about to see. Um, and it would come with its own CBRN filter. Now most of these Israeli filters, I don't have one. Now the Israeli filters have a NATO thread to them. So like this filter would fit on this mask because this mask has a normalized thread, which means that it will work with both NATO and GOST, which is like really efficient and cool. I wish all masks were made like that. Um, but yeah, so the Israeli filter was, I believe, a CBRN filter. I'm not sure on the shelf life with those filters. That I'm not too sure, but I know that these were issued to civilians. Mine was made in 1987. Let me try to show you here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you because the camera quality I have access to right now is not the greatest. So let me try. 87. So this mask was made in 1987. I don't know the Hebrew sizing for gas masks. Size one has to be small because this, as you're about to see, does not really fit my face shape. Um, yeah, what I recommend this for prepping. If you know the size of these masks, like the sizing chart, or you do a short research about it, I would say yes. I would say these are more effective for kids, um, but there are some that are made in medium, large, and extra large. I just personally haven't been able to find any. Uh, these are great though because these are cheap and it has a normalized thread, so you can buy new GOST filters, not these asbestos, riddled ones, and you can use a NATO filters. Um, this mask you can use against blister agents, gases, radiation, because the rubber on this is actually quite thick, like that thick. That's plenty for blister agents, but obviously your skin, every part of your skin would have to be covered. But yeah, this is a great mask. It really is. It's just for me, it's just not in my size. I'll show you what it looks like on me though. See, it's way too small. Yeah, this mask is way too small for me. It's what you just saw. I do use this mask though. I have a cat, and um, one, my cat's urine is very strong, and when you pour like the litter in, to replace the old litter with the new, it creates particles in the air. Now, obviously, I'm not saying if you breathe those in, it'll give you lung cancer. No, I'm not saying that. But I use this along with one of my Nosh, not that one, but I have one in my cat's room. So every time when I clean his litter, I screw the filter on here, and it works fine. It protects my lungs from the particles and from the ammonia. Um, this mask all around is great. It is. This is a fantastic mask. Um, if you have the the drinking system, which I don't, but it does have a drinking system along with a tube or straw-like tube. Uh, Now I will show you what it looks like to have this on with the gauze filter. Like I said, I don't breathe through these. I just leave it plugged. I hold air in my lungs. So before I put this on, this is a normalized thread. Okay, so if it's like I said, both NATO and gauze. So when you put this in, look at that. It goes on just fine. If you try to force filters into threading that don't match up, you can screw up the threading of the mask, and it can kill you too. Because if you think that that seal works um, by just jamming it all in there, you'll wind up killing yourself if you're actually in a real life situation. But anyways, so that is what the mask looks like along with the filter. Um, Time for the rating system. Where would I put this on like a scale of one to a 10? I would put it at 8.5. And the reason why I say 8.5 is because this is too small for me. Now, if you can find the right size for your head, then this is by all means a 10 out of 10 mask. It has a great view vision, but it cuts off here, which is good and bad. Personally, if you're buying masks for prepping, the number one thing that you need to look for is one, that the mask will fit you. Two, what is the threading, NATO or GOST? Those are very different threads, okay? Very different. NATO is NATO, GOST is GOST. Okay, there is no in between other than a few exceptions like the FP5 Polish filters, but they no longer manufacture them. There are still a few that are still in date, but those are really hard to find and they're more expensive. FP5 filters are normalized threading, just like this mask. The only difference is that the filter is normalized, so it'll fit on every type of mask. Um, with prepping, you want to go with your sight, how much you can see, how effective the mask is, how heavy or how light, what is the material, how thick is the material. Because if you're prepping for airborne contagions, whether it's fallout from a nuclear war or from a nuclear detonation, whether it's gas/chemicals, whether it's ballistic agents or nerve agents. You really need to do your research on buying gas masks for your own personal safety. With me, right now, I stick with Soviet masks. Um, I guess technically, right now, this is like my survival mask, and I plan on fixing that. I plan on buying myself a mask, which I will be doing a video on here soon. But yeah, these are all the gas masks I have. I used to have more, so I just have the Russian and then this. Uh, don't worry, there will be a gas mask review sometime in the next 2 weeks, hopefully. But I'll be making videos on masks online, and showing you certain just showing you history of different types of masks. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this review. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Here soon I will be making what is in my bug out bag. I'll be taking everything apart, which is going to be really aggravating to put everything through. I mean, to put everything back in. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Um, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.